The home page layout in version 4.1 of this framework is intended to be the landing page for your website. Understandably, many websites may use a blog exclusively, so you might not need this layout. But more and more, WordPress is becoming a CMS system to replace the traditional website, and so you typically would use it for your standard business website when you'd need a home page. And so that's what this layout is all about. Now, just like all the rest of our layouts, we have a summary section up here where it talks about how much page content you have. You should probably have, well, anywhere from 250 words or above in the content region. Now, depending upon how many widgets you have on the page, such as in this example in the screenshot here, there might be more words, and that constitutes part of the content of the page as well. And we just take a quick look at the content that's up here. But it's a guide. Also, your SEO, you want to make sure that you configure your title tags and your page metadata. Again, it's a guide, and these are important factors as far as your page ranking is concerned. However, what you really want to concentrate on is making sure that you've got your general settings here, which concentrates on your navigation and your branding, all set. Typically, the site defaults should be adequate. However, if you want to have something different, you can go and configure it here. It's pretty self-explanatory. Drop-down menu, drop-down contact form, which is in the top right corner, social media icon, search form. The one thing you may want to change is your slider. You may not want to use the amazing slider. You may want to use one of our other sliders or create your own slider with your own images. And or you may want to just use the site default. Where you would get into configuring the general layout of the page, now I'll just go switch over to how the home page looks, is maybe you want to have a different sidebar in here, or maybe you want to include the breadcrumb trail up here, or maybe you want to change the footer. Generally speaking, the layout that we've provided to you is what you're going to see in the online demo when you purchase this product from us. And so we would assume that that's how you want it set up. You can go and configure it to your heart's content. However, we've gone and done most of the setup for you. If you want, you can go and change a number of things on this page. But as per the design of this page, certain regions are locked, such as the top region, the header main, and the utility and the showcase. There is a design intent for this page, and that is to have a menu up here and then a contact form, a logo in this region, social media icons in the search form in the utility bar, and a slider in the slider region, in the sort of showcase region. But you can go and change many of these other items here if you want to. You can change the main top. Maybe you don't want to have any info boxes there, and if that's the case, you can just select no sidebar. You can choose to have a different content region, but right now we're using content area 1. You could choose to use content 2, and we choose to use content area 1, and this is where you go and configure your columns and choose the width of them, or maybe number 3, maybe number 4. Number 4, I believe, yeah, that's also a right sidebar region. This is where we would need to change the columns over. Probably a 3 by 9 is probably about right. And then all you have to do after you've gone and configured that is just hit the update button. Now, this is part of the page configurations. Those items which were using sidebars, I'll just show you real quickly here, such as the header top, the header lower. You see we've specified a sidebar here. The main content area. Each of these, where you see a blue box, relates to a widget that is in that particular sidebar. And if you want to change the content of those particular items, although the content region itself refers off to this section here, okay. Everything else you can configure via the widget panel. And we just see it right over here. So I believe we've got content area 4 selected. This is where we have the content region and then a column break. My mistake, we've got content region 5. So we have a contact details box where you can specify the title, the text, your address, so on and so forth. You can change that there, as well as a menu, which menu you want to have displayed there. Social media icons, which icons you want to have displayed as well, and their size. And then we have a column break, and then the content region appears to the right of that. So now that we've gone and saved that, why don't we go and just view it. So if we reload, this is going to disappear. And now we have contact info on the left and a content region here. And that's as easy as it should be to modify the look and feel of your page. For the most part, the layout that we provided by default should be adequate as to what you want for your home page or for any of your pages. However, if you want to go and change it, the power and functionality is there for you to configure it however you like. I hope that makes sense and answers all your questions.